Hello, hello, hello. It is good to be back, despite the fact that the webcam is doing its thing again. But that's alright. That's alright, because we are back in action. Let's get back into our game. It has been a while, but I'm happy to say that I'm here once more. Even though, of course, it's always, before I start streaming, it is overcast, it's good weather to try and stream, and as soon as I start, the sun starts shining super brightly, and there's no way for me to block this happening right here, right now. Well, that's alright, we'll deal with it. So, we have a bunch of things that we still need to do, a bunch of things that were still going on, including 21 more days for a scan that was still going on. We had some atmospheric readings that we could be doing, for which we can make a cool plane. There's been, let's see, getting a rover on the Mun were things we could do. We were doing a load of things. But if you remember, last time we streamed, we had a ship which we just barely, very, very barely touched down on Minmus. That was the Minmus exploration vehicle. Now, the major problem we had with this baby was that we had no RCS on this thing. If you remember, there was hardly any RCS, far too little. And since we use RCS to actually maneuver nowadays, that just wouldn't work out. Now. The goal is still to do that, to get a bunch of science and to get going. One thing I'm thinking of right now is, yes, I'd like this hypersonic flight thing. Because that gets us the Rapier engine and the shock cone intake. And I believe, let's see, these things can get us into space. This thing, 340 in vacuum, 35. These are for in space, these are for getting to space. I think these toroidals, I don't think these are very good. Or very strong, I mean. So yes, I would love to have these things to actually make a space shuttle, and to have these space shuttle parts to get in there, but I'm thinking it might be worthwhile to get these heavy rockets, to buy that, to get us a better launch vehicle. By the way, this nuclear engine is something we need for interplanetary travel. Oh, I have never used any of these engines before. It's going to be great. But yeah, we're buying some of those to shave down on the rocket we have right now. We want our 7000 Delta V, but we are going to have to make this thing heavier, because right now we have hardly any. We had the tiny RCS tank right there, but we will need to build that out massively. So those small tanks get us 12 monopropellant. Hey there, Joe. Good to see you. How have you been? Now, I'm thinking we might want to replace it with... This is quite a big one. But it'll get us 180 compared to the 12. That's like 10 times as much. Or we can try and be a little bit more conservative and get 2 of these, which gets us 120. I'm thinking that might be a better option. Remove this. Try to build 2 of these. Let's see. Get that in there and see where and how it clips. It clips through the Gore sat. We'll have to try and place this somewhere else. Been doing alright, you guess? How have I been? I've been doing well. I've been taking some time off, spending some time with Tracy, which was which has been absolutely great. That's why I haven't been streaming last weekend as well. I wanted some more time with Tracy, and that has been tremendous. I'm very happy to have been able to spend more time with her. Let's see, I think we can dump this thing over here somewhere. Hundreds of hours in this game and I still haven't figured out exactly what rotates what. Okay, hold this down there. That, I think, is a better package, but as you can see, we have lost 70 meters per second. Should be okay, though. It's been a tough week at work. Yeah, I know what those are like. Sorry to hear it's been tough. Glad that it's over, though, probably, right? Okay, here's a thing I want to start testing out. Let's save this as the... MEV Minmus A. We're gonna make the Minmus B. Because here's what I want to try. We have this whole ridiculous launch fuel to get us to 6,000. What if I shave off tremendous amounts? Like this gets us 4,000. So what if we make a small vehicle? I'm getting these weird pauses again. Maybe I should try and get the 32-bit version. We use our new engine that we got, the mainsail, and instead of getting this really large, strange vehicle that was very over-engineered, we make a smaller adjustment by putting 2 of these babies on the side. This is 5,000. Oi! There we go. That gets us 5,000. So just 1,000 shy of where we were, but far less over-engineered. Hurricane weather made your job hell. Oh, are you in the path of the hurricane? Or just, you know, nearby enough to experience the effects? Okay, there we go. 6,000. Let's see if we can, do we have any incremental... We don't have a good fuel size for this. Oh, there we go. Let's see whether we can add enough to get to 7K. Oh god, these little pauses are killing me again. That's 6,000. 6,400. See, just adding bunches like that's not gonna help me. Now, what we could possibly do is see about adjusting the thrust a little bit and see what that does to our delta V. Oh, that's not what I want here. Total delta V doesn't change when we do the thrust, it just... all it does really is change how long these burn, so we're probably fine with those. How about we get 3 of these? Oh, that's weird. Why didn't that... that gets us 6,000. How much do we need again? You had to swerve to avoid a car that came into your lane. Your trailer slid and scraped the side of a building and tore the side up. Whoa! There's near enough to see the weather, not to mention there's an even bigger one on the way. I heard about that, yeah. The other one is, from what I understand, hitting at least the southeast coast. They're not exactly sure yet what it's hitting. It's always surprised me though, the American system. I get that there's this whole thing about having people decide on their own fates and being responsible for their own fates and that kind of stuff. And the Republican wish to keep government small and that kind of a thing. I get that. It still seems strange to me to not go, hey, let's build things that prevent damage for the good of the entire populace, rather than go, no, everyone can take care of themselves, and then when there's huge damage, we'll do a fundraiser and everybody's happy. That always seemed so strange to me. But then again, that's from this culture where the approach is exactly that. Let's prevent things from happening, and then we don't have to worry about it. Diminishing returns. Look at this. Adding these gets us 6,695. Adding this one gets us 6,843. Adding that one gets us 7,000. I'm overshooting a little because with these we will need those added. These things will punch us through the sky though. This is an insane rocket, but should get us well on the way to Minmus. Let's just give it a go. Do I have my pilots in there? I'm gonna need an engine. Oh wait, I have an engineer. I'm gonna need a scientist. There we go. Save that baby and launch it. Hey there, Jexus. Good to see you. How are you doing? How is PUBG treating you? There we go. We are getting the science so that I'm hoping that this trip will get us the science we need to do something I've never been able to do before. Wow. I'm just looking to the side and seeing the effects of the sun on my green screen. This is horrific. But, there we go. I forgot I had those notifications up. There. But yeah, I'm hoping this gets us the science to do something I've never been able to do, which is make a functioning... Oh god! Abort! Abort! That Kerbal was launched into the ground. I guess I forgot some struts. And a Kerbal died for it. Somebody's alive though. What's the button again? F11? No. F10? There is a button to get feedback, like a summary. Control F11? No. I don't remember. Recover. Somebody died though. PUBG is pretty nice to you, except for when you stepped out of the car and died due to falling. Car was going too fast. Yeah. Kerbal North Korea simulator. Apparently it was. Jetvan survived. Are pilots okay? Yeah. I don't even know the names of the Kerbals who died just now. God. Oh wow, some of the debris is still flying. Okay, that's from the earlier Minimus mission. Terminate that. Terminate that. Terminate that. But apparently, we have no spare Kerbals. Also, this is the thing I'd like to send a plane to. So, 2 out of the 3 Kerbals just got killed. Yep. Jet was like, whatever. Look, we'll be fine. So our pilot survived, but our scientist and one of our engineers died. Now we still have another engineer, so let's get a scientist in on this. I don't want a stupid scientist though. I can make them level 1. Let's see, I'll pay a little bit more. Let's hire a new scientist. Despas. Despas, what a boss. Glad you didn't miss that. You arrived well on time to see the giant explosion. This is what happens when you neglect to add struts. Now, so what happened, as you can tell, the connector is there, and this giant rocket with those things blasting, so these up here started to wobble, which caused us to have a complete loss of stability. So we're gonna need to strut. There we go, strut these puppies. Attach them solidly. And I hope, I guess we'll be alright. Otherwise, it may cost us another engineer and another pilot. We have, by the way, nobody left of the original Kerbals. All 4 of them have died. Bill, Bob, Jebediah, Valentina, they're all dead. They're all dead. That's alright. That just means there's room for fresh blood. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Oh, there we go. Like a dream. Okay, this is technically kind of weird having a rocket like this, because real rockets are usually longer, long and thin, rather than this squat little design. Okay, I'm gonna need to pay a little attention, because this thing is being a little bit of a bad boy under supersonic conditions. And, yep, we're going bad. We're going bad. I will need more control. Yeah, I cannot get this thing to right itself. So, what we're gonna have to be doing here, I don't think... Oh, wait, these things have some gimbal in them. They don't have enough to get some real solid control, but we're definitely gonna need some winglets for this, baby. Okay, I'm gonna slow myself down. And at this point, we're just gonna do the emergency escape. That is, I think, the best we can do right now. Get these Kerbals out safely. Hey there, Venom. You got some company coming over. Oh, that's nice. Glad that you're dropping by. It is quite a mess. I will indeed need more control. So I've been thinking a little bit about what to do in general, streaming-wise. Because people have been playing a lot of XCOM 2 on streams right now, which made me realize I hadn't even finished XCOM 1. Kind of made me feel like playing some of that. Still, of course, have the Mass Effect, the what's the game series that Vanen suggested? It's something chapters, Dreamfall chapters, and the earlier ones. That might look interesting. Mass Effect is what people wanted to play, but I've also been thinking actually about LA Noire as something I've really felt like finishing, because I've never finished that game. It was actually a real nice game. Wow, okay. I guess the actual rocket already fell down. I don't exactly want to... 3,000... Okay, let's speed up a little. I didn't want to speed up too much, because I think it's rather dangerous, but this is the lowest hanging Kerbal right now. So at 1,000 that's going to open up, I think? No? Okay, this bad boy's doing fine. The shortest voyage? Yeah. Mighty Sid's also a big Longest Journey fan. Yeah, I like it because it's... the idea of it, because it's a game I have no idea about. Never played it, don't know what it's like. And that's... You know, that was a real good hit for the Dark Souls series and for The Witcher. And I think that might be very interesting to actually just do on stream. Because the thing for Mass Effect would be that I'd be replaying those games. I've played 1, I've played 2, I just haven't played 3 yet. Okay, come on. There we go, that's safe drop. 130, you're next. I've been having tremendous fun with Fallout 4, but it's not a game that I want to play on stream. I think the experience of it would be fine on stream, particularly the way I play it, just walking around, you know, doing some quests and so on, having fun. But I kind of like it as sort of a private experience, just because streaming does take you out of a game a little bit, because you have to be, you know, you have to entertain as well. You're not just playing a game. And Fallout's the type of game that I like to experience. Just sit there, you know, not talk or entertain, just, you know, read and go into things and feel things. And I don't want to have to sit around a corner going, okay, I think the guy's just around the corner. Kind of nervous about this. I'm just having fun playing that. There we go. Let's recover these babies. Dishonored might also be a cool game to try. Yeah, I have Dishonored, so that works well. I did buy it out of the, of course, sub monies. There we go. And apparently the vessel could be recovered for 70k. That's pretty good. Skyrim also, I play Skyrim the same way. That's more of an experience for me rather than something I'd want to, you know, bring people in on. Appreciate Dishonored too. You like Dark Souls and Witcher games partly because you haven't played them yourself. Mass Effect's not something you need to see again, to be honest. See, man, that's kind of the thing that I've been thinking about. Hey there, Uther. Good to see you. How are you doing? See, that's the thing I was concerned about with Mass Effect as well, where I was thinking I've seen 2 of the games and it's, I don't know, it hasn't really motivated me to do anything. The thing I had with the Rise of the Tomb Raider was it was a fun game, but it didn't grip me, you know? Not in the way that The Witcher sort of entertained me and kept me going in that. It was more of a, yeah, okay, that's a cool experience. Oh yeah, that's pretty badass, nice, okay. But not really that full-on, this is fascinating, I have to play this. Let's give this another try. With these 4 engines, by the way, it might be better to replace the central engine with a Poodle, because seeing how much thrust they give and how well they work, these babies will get us a long way into space. Oh, there we go. It's going better now, controlling this. So I definitely needed the winglets for the supersonic part of this flight. Oh, no. We fell a little bit too much here. Trying to see if I can get some control here. There we go. We're high up enough to get some control back. Back on that 90-degree line. This is a terrible ascent. But it does show us more about the capabilities of this rocket. The problem is when we go supersonic. There we go. But yeah, these 4 engines are definitely too much. We don't need that main cell. We can replace it with a poodle engine. No problem. Whew. Level 8 at the moment, 140 mods combined with the engine. Oh, your mods are working out, Vanen? That's cool. That is very cool. Glad to hear that that is working. Hey there, Maffy. XCOM 2 add-on's pretty challenging and fun to play. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing people play. It looks real interesting, actually. It looks real interesting. Still a far installed. It's better not to go too fast, travel half thrust until you go high atmosphere. Jack says, no, I don't have far installed because it that caused us some weird memory problems, I think. So with vanilla, actually, they've looked into this. Originally, that was the case, yeah. To not go too fast, travel at half thrust, get into higher atmosphere, and then adjust. They've tested now with the vanilla game. Actually, the best idea is to just get out of the atmosphere as quickly as possible, and then rely on the other efficiency. So the problem right now is, I was not expecting these things to be